Okay, super. All right, hi everyone. Welcome to the Tech Slam, Tech Jam, Tech Slam. My name is Anthony Burek. I am out at OTAN in California, Sacramento, California. Um, we've been having a great time here at the CoAbe conference, and so this session is really meant to be a session where we learn from each other all the things that we've been learning about at the conference or things that we're doing back at our agencies that we would like to share with the group. So everything is tech related here, a tech related tool or topic that you want to go ahead and share with the crowd. Um, the, the setup for this Tech Slam is for anyone either in the room or online to do a quick 3-minute presentation on the tool or the topic that you want to share with the group. If you're in the room, you are more than welcome to come up to the podium here and jump online. And if you want to show us something that's available online, you are welcome to do so. For any online folks that would like to share, just let us know that you would be interested. We'll turn over the chair to you, and you can go ahead and share. And we're super excited. It's a meeting, so we actually can hear from the folks and see them and have them share and talk. So if you want to do that from your online location, you are welcome to do so. But we would just love to be able to share some ideas and tools that you all are using so that we can also bring those back to our agencies as well. For those of you who came to the Monday networking meeting at 5 o'clock, we shared a Padlet there. So we're also going to put these ideas onto the Padlet as well, so that you would be able to also go back and take a look at, see what's listed on the Padlet. So, and just in terms of the Padlet itself, Jeff, can you share that Padlet link in the? Okay. Well, oh. Yeah, let me go back to the slide. Is it this one? Yeah? Okay. 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 Yeah, if you want to take a picture of or if you want to scan the QR code, this will get you to the Padlet as well. And then when you go to the Padlet, you're going to go all the way over to the right side of the Padlet. We set up a column there for folks to be able to add their ideas or share links or whatever you'd like to do over there. Okay. Good. All right. So hopefully that's enough of a direction for the Tech Jam. So again, anyone's welcome to come up and share a tech tool or a topic that they want to share with the group. Once your 3 minutes is finished, collectively, what we like to do to acknowledge the information that you've shared with us, we go ahead and slam. So you can either slam the table, slam your hands together, anything to thank the person for sharing the information that they just shared with us. Okie dokie. Would anyone like to start off the Tech Slam with a tool or topic that they've learned about or want to share about? Oh my God, Nell?
So this is a little bit meta because it's actually about the thing we did on Monday night where we'd had a competition. Some of you might have known. So this is an online. So we are the digital literacy technology strand here at CoAbe, but we are also adult tech community in the bigger space. And so at CoAbe, we always like to do a few other activities. I think many of you have been to some of those. And on Monday, we had put out a competition to design a sticker, and you all hopefully got stickers. We have stickers here if you want one. To design a sticker using AI or some probably online tool. And a few people entered, but not many. And then when we had our actual meeting on Monday, we got into groups and made stickers. And I'm looking at ways to use AI that leads to more thought, more communication. And what I thought worked really well that day was that in your groups, you had one person had a computer. So sharing one device, I think, leads to lots of conversation and communication, whereas if you all had your own computer, you would just have been there doing your own thing. So as a group, you had to discuss how do we want to represent this idea? And then someone probably had the driving, like they were typing in the prompt or whatever. But even then, you all in your groups were kind of saying, well, let's make it purple, or I think it should be this way, or let's take this out. And the amount of conversation that was happening at the tables, the different kinds of designs we got, even when you're kind of using some of the same tools, I just felt like it was a really great example of how you can use AI but still lead to lots of the human stuff, right? So we didn't offload. You could say there's an offloading, right? If you just go to ChatGPT and say, make me a sticker. But we did it with a lot of conversation, and we did it with a lot of people sharing a single device. So I just wanted to underscore that, because I think activities like that are a really interesting way to use the basic AI tools that are in our hands. I'm done. Yay! Slammed. I'll add that.
All right, thank you, Nell. Maybe folks also, just in terms of networking, should introduce themselves and where they're from and all that. So Nell from New York City, LAC, Literacy Assistance Center in New York City.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to say, let's do everyone in the room. All right.
Yes, yeah. Just do a quick, a little intro. When you come up. Yeah. Okay. All right. So that's kind of the basic idea. Either share a topic or share a tool during the Tech Slam. So would someone else like to come up and do a tech tool or topic to share with the group? Don't be shy. Yeah, we want to hear what you learned about at the conference, because no one of us was able to go to every single session. Oh, who's that? Oh, perfect. All right, Kathy, come on up.
My name is Kathy Bledsoe. I'm the digital navigator for the Literacy Alliance in Fort Wayne. I don't know if this will count, but I was really impressed with the GED and Me software now, because I'm site coordinator at 2 of our rural locations where internet is a problem, technology is a problem. Some of our students come into the library to prepare for whatever is being done, because that's where one of our classes is located. But with the GED and Me, they can be practicing and getting a handle on the subjects that we're about to test them in. And to me, that's going to be a game changer just because of my rural community that I service. So, thank you. Can you show us online? I haven't played with it. Yeah, well, I did play with it. I'm not going to quit lying. I play with everything.
Software that people can access.
Yeah, I don't remember if you had to load it or not. So it's a mobile app, and that's one of the big reasons why I like it, because once I get my students to download it on their phones, quit, Kathy, you're using Chromebook fingers. But once you get it installed on your phone, it's in the app stores. I have students who the only communication they have is a phone. Also, some of my students in our rural communities are Mennonite, and they may have only a certain number of devices to each family, because Mennonites are a step above the Amish, if you don't know what that is. But the Amish, I have every now and then I'll get an Amish student also, and there may be one phone in that community that they have to share. And I have found that if they can use something conveniently online, they get allowed to share the technology. So I think this is going to be a big game changer. I have a couple of Mennonite students right now who does not have access to anything but a phone, and the phone is owned by one of their parents. But they're struggling to get ready for that GED test and to be able to do questions based off of the actual test in real world when they're at home, as well as what we do in class, is going to be a game changer for us.
And what was your
Forgot
name
one thing.
again?
Kathy,
Okay.
forgot one thing. In the math program, if you get it wrong, it gives you more than enough example of what you did wrong and how to do it right. So that's why I'm a big fan of it right now.
Super. Okay, and then we'll make sure to get that added to the Padlet as well, so folks can remember that. Okay, super. Someone else, a tech tool, tech topic that you want to share with the group. And also remember, online folks, if you would like to share as well virtually, we would love to have you participate. Anyone else, tech tool or topic that they want to share on?
Jose.
Of course. Jose's always got something up his sleeve, so. All right.
The habit. Still morning, right? Yes. Good morning, everyone. My name is Jose Adorno. I'm a digital learning coordinator in Connecticut. And oh wait, there's another one. Sorry. I'm distracted. It's a squirrel. So something that one of the things that I've been doing was, because my area is digital literacy, is to kind of find a way to integrate AI to help like kickstart that conversation to expand the digital skills outside of the class. I mean, outside of the isolated digital literacy format. And I've played around with it with custom bots, but the issue that what I keep encountering is that based on what agency I'm working on, based on the district, is what tools are available. So V Halls, shout out to V, she shared a tool yesterday that may be something that agencies could access. It's called teachanything.ai, I think it is. And you could do custom bots there. Currently, what I have is this spreadsheet. You just fill in a couple boxes, and then that kind of generates your whole prompt with the standards to consider and all of that, and it'll give you that information that you would use to then kind of visualize those skills with the platform or tools that you're using already in class. So with that custom bot option from that site, I wonder if that's one bot that would be available at more locations than, let's say, ChatGPT, which is kind of like a hit or miss based on the agency. Yeah, that's me sharing. I don't have anything. I mean, I went there and played around with what she shared. Let's see. I could pull it up so you guys can see it.
Can I share real quick? I went there also, and I tried to set up an account, and we're .org, not .edu, and they're. So I went to Teach Anything last night or night before, and we're a .org, not a .edu. So I couldn't make an account, but I have been in communication with them, and they're going to go ahead and give me permission. But I had to answer questions like, what's your department, and all these things. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that I get one. But if you're not a .edu, you might have trouble getting on.
Thank you. Yeah, so this is the website. Again, there's an example that she shared, but I don't, if you guys want to see, I need to pull the link. I need to give me a little bit. But basically, you could create your custom bot. You'll do it for free. She had mentioned that it was privacy focused, so that part is covered. And then you could just set up with the files, and very similar to how you do other custom bots. But in this instance, you're just creating it, how you're setting it up. And then that's what you get to share. You share that link out, you'll see how many responses your the bot is giving out and all that. So you get like some information at the back end as well. Thank you.
All right, so that was Teach Anything. TeachAnything.ai is the address for that. Okay. What else? What other text tools or topics would folks like to share?
Yay!
Okay. All right. Come on up.
We should have given the stickers after people present. You get a second sticker.
My name is Robin Penny. I'm a digital literacy specialist at the Adult Community Learning Center in Massachusetts. Mine is very small, but it is typing.com. Many of you have probably already heard of it. For some reason, I had not. We had used other ones. What I really liked about it is that you can integrate, like you can make the administrator account and then the teacher and link the students so you can watch the progress. What we've been doing is going into the classrooms and supporting teachers, with their essays and then getting the students into Word and getting them typing, and we were shocked at how slow that went and how little else we could get done, and especially our GET teachers are really wanting students to be better typers. So I'm hoping that this program will get us a little bit more success than the ones we've been using. Again, I'm sure a lot of people have heard of it before, but in case you haven't, just passing that one along. And what did you like about it compared to the ones? Because you could monitor it, you could assign things. It's a little bit more interactive. The other ones were very basic. So I'm picturing this one more similar to some of like the North Star stuff. So we'll see. Thanks.
Okay, super. A reminder about, actually, let's just go to the website if we haven't looked at it lately. It was typing.com. An oldie, but a goodie.
So I'm adding them to the Padlet, but folks should feel free to go in and write more. I'm just really adding the link and
Yeah, thank you, Nell. Yeah, and again, if you also want to share in the Padlet as well, that would be great to do that as well. Okay, next one. Next tech tool or tech topic that folks want to share? Jeff, do we have any online folks as well? No. Come on up.
Are you up in Gmail?
Nell, this is your account. What's... Oh, okay.
I just don't remember my password. I just need a Gmail opened up.
I think... Let's see what happens.
There's no nuts. Our little waffle. Yeah, that'll work.
Okay, this is someone's Gmail account.
That's
Just a
okay.
good
Yay!
reminder.
Oh, look, I shared something with you.
Just a...
That'll fine.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
I'm just gonna open it from Drive. I'll go to Drive because it'll be your recent.
Scroll down.
Oh. Yeah.
Leave it when you go
Okay.
way down. I'll show you. Yeah, just leave it.
Oh, I hope she doesn't steal mine.
Yeah, just a reminder, so all of you who have presented at this conference and future conferences, make sure you log out of all your accounts once your session is
Yes.
over.
Yes.
That's our tech tip right there. That's a tech slam right there.
Boom. I'll share a link to learning resources that can help you to protect yourself on shared devices.
Hi, y'all. My name's Tammy Morris. I'm from Louisiana, Bogalusa area with North Shore Tech, and I'm the distance learning lead for our distance learning program. I also work with Ben from LCTCS for our Work Ready U program online. So there's two things I want to show you. One, we have a cohort where we use Discord. Like every Wednesday, we all hop on. It's like a tech slam all across our area, and we all just share ideas and work on Canvas and just different things. But the other thing, and I'm sure everybody probably knows about it, but just in case we don't, This was a little gem for my learners, my adult learners. I work with high school equivalency adults from 16 to 71 years old, and they're learning how to be digitally fluent, right? So they all have their Gmail accounts. We have professional Gmail accounts for them because we don't want babymama@gmail.com. So they all have professional Gmail accounts. And we go to our Waffle and Gmail, and then we go all the way down to Notebook LM. And whoever's account this is, I'm sorry, you're about to have a new notebook. So this is really a great way to get your students to use AI responsibly. So you're going to create a new notebook, and you're going to type into your prompt, let's just talk about COABE, okay? Now this is automatic. Oh, let's help if we spell it correctly. It's been a long week, y'all. So you're going to type in your prompt, whatever it is. My students, I had them type in their favorite thing that they like to do because we want to keep that interest, right? So you're going to type in your prompt. Over on the left-hand side of your notebook, you're going to see where the research pops up. It'll give you probably anywhere from 4 to 10 different resources and research of different things. So it has Conference at a Glance, and it pulls basically from the website of what you're looking for. So then you can upload a source from your own file, or you could drop your files in if you want to. But the cool thing is, once you click, let's go to the, we'll pull this one in, import. It's going to import all the references into my notebook. So now this is in Google land. It'll stay there forever. And you're going to have all the information about it. Now, over on the right-hand side, for your learners, they can make a slide deck, which would be like little quizzes or PowerPoint. They can make a report. They could do flashcards. They can do a quiz. The infographic was cool. So what I had my students do, we were working on a history lesson, and I had them all do branches of the government. And I let them start with whichever, legislative, executive, or whatever. And I had them all pull it into a notebook. Then I had them all do an infographic. Now, this takes a little while to generate. It is on a beta testing, but it's very cool. Every single one of my students, and these were all our beginning learners, so we have A, B, and C. We have beginning, intermediate, and advanced. All of these students were my low literacy students. They're all beginner learning students, and I had walked them through this. They all made their resumes through Google Docs, and they all have a LinkedIn profile now. So 2 of them got a job offer just last week. By using this, it's helping them to use AI responsibly, kind of differentiate what they need and what they don't need. And then they were able to generate an infographic so that if maybe their strongest suit is not writing or reading, they had a picture graphic that they could talk from and talk through the points. And this all came from Notebook LM, which is free with your Gmail account. So I just wanted to share that because it's pretty cool. This will generate the infographic in like a few minutes. You just got to let it rotate. But it's not my account, so it's okay.
Will it preview? Does it preview in the box? Actually, does it give you like a little preview and then you can open it up? Well, let's. I guess we'll. Yeah. Well, I guess we're gonna find out. I think it does. I think it gives you like a little preview or something. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
And every single one of them had a different infographic, even though it's the same material.
Yeah. Right. So Tammy was saying, yeah, every single student who's doing this similar work got a different infographic. So I think that's what we saw. Actually, we saw that on Monday too, right? Because we had some folks on Monday when we were doing the sticker design activity, and actually I was in a group where we had 2 computers, and each one of us used the same exact prompt in the, we were using Google's Nano Banana image generator program. So we used the same exact prompt, and we got 2 different designs. So, interesting. Okay, great. Thank you so much. All right, next one. Next tool or topic that folks want to share. Also, Jeff, did we have any online folks? No. Okay. Again, online folks, you're more than welcome to share as well. Oh, there we go. Okay. Let's see what we got. Let's see what comes up. Okay. Your high octane. Nice. I love the prominence of the discounted hotel parking. That was actually the very first thing that that's the very first thing that I saw. It's like, oh my God, discounted hotel parking. Who knew?
I feel validated in my casual dress.
Interesting. Right. So Tammy was saying yes. You get this visual support, right, that complements the writing part that you were doing as well. Yeah, Jose, do you want to come?
Oh, yeah, here, I'll bring this.
Yeah.
So, excellent resource, by the way. This is one of the tools that we use as well. So, if you go back to that page,
Yeah.
where you see that there's all those resources. So, if you want something more targeted, of course, you could put it into the prompt. But if you want to, let's say, avoid the pricing, maybe that's one of the resources where it has that. So, if you're looking at maybe. So you could select whichever one that you want to apply, and then when you start generating, it's just using. You see all those all those check boxes.
It's probably yeah. I'm just
Yeah.
saying. As Jose was talking, I'm guessing that this hotels and travel info might be.
Yeah, because
It
then
might have been that resource that it pulled the discounted parking. From,
yeah,
right?
so it'll always pick for whatever's there. But
Yeah.
you want to go?
Right. So you can. Yeah. Sorry, I'm not a very good listener. Yeah, you can use the checkbox up here to either select all or select none, and then you can go through the specific ones you want.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So it's a specific
exactly.
handout that you're looking, or a specific resource, then you're getting a more targeted infographic with the information you're looking for.
Yeah. I was also going to say the good news is I think when we all look at this infographic as well, I believe that everything here is true, right?
Yeah.
So the AI, the Notebook LM is not hallucinating. I believe that this is the correct discounted parking rate. There is a self-service kiosk. There's the Whova app. It looks like it got the schedule almost right. I don't know if so it didn't include today, Wednesday, but I don't know if you can actually register today or not.
There's no room on it.
Yeah.
It might still be off, so it's not like. But it's more accurate than.
Yes. Yeah, exactly.
And I wanted to follow up on that too, because if you're putting in your own content, at least you kind of have a better sense of what.
Yeah.
Hallucinations to me are so scary because the obvious ones are obvious, but if there's a deep hallucination, you might not know, especially if it's pulling information from everywhere, where here you feel like I've decided what the sources are. So last year at COABE, I was trying to think through what I struggle with when I go to conferences, and I'm really bad at taking notes when I'm in sessions. I write 12, and I get back to work, and I'm like, 12, what was that? So I was like, okay, I think AI can help me with that. So last year I went to sessions, I recorded some of them on Firefly, I got some of the materials I got in the sessions, and I put it all into Notebook LM. And one of the things for me was on the technology side and math side, I always see this overlap of using routines, and just the emotional components around technology and math kind of feel similar for some folks. So I went to a math session on creating a math self-image, and I was like, ooh, I think that could be true in technology too. And I put in my technology stuff, and then I could come into Notebook LM, and I'm like, so can you show me some things that I see this connection between these two ideas from the sessions I went to? Can you help me pull out from the content that I've put in? And it could do that, and it was such a great way to kind of, I'm going to say interrogate, but whatever, to filter and to get deeper into stuff that I actually was part of. It was my content, really, but I could work with it. And there's also a podcast. I don't know if folks have used that. I never get it to work because I'm always on a Zoom and the microphone doesn't work. But one of the weirdest things about the podcast is you can actually step into the podcast, and then out loud speak your questions to it. So as far as I really do think this is one of, if I was going to work with students directly, this to me is a tool that for them to really learn how to develop their own learning supports, I think this is such a rich tool.
And it's teaching them responsibly how to not dependently, not to be dependent on AI, but to be responsible with AI.
Yeah.
No, that's okay. It's teaching the students how to be responsible with AI and not dependent on AI, because they're inputting what they need in their notebook and then they're creating with AI assistance like the infographic, but their quizzes and the flashcards, they can go back and monitor and change it. The podcast is neat because they're all in social media world. So the podcast, they can make a podcast that's related to whatever it is that they're doing. And they can have even the audio overview, like they can be presenting something, and it's again in all those different forms of how each of the learners learn. You can touch on all five, right? So Notebook LM is really a great tool for responsibility in the digital fluency.
Great.
I know this is not a Notebook LM session. I want to add one more thing. So one of the things that you can also add is YouTube videos. So what I do is that I add the trainings and sessions that I present and my organization presents, and I have them there. So sometimes I say something that sounds so smart, but I don't remember what session I said it from, or where that I referenced it at. So you could use the chat and you'll type, "Oh, I'm looking for this specific topic on that I said on X or Y resource," and it'll list you, and it'll even give it times of which sessions were the ones that you did that under. So if I had to go back and review and things like that, or I'm trying to, sometimes you kind of mix and match when you're working with different agencies that are looking for specific things, then it's also a great way to help you kind of pull or recall from what session you did what.
And Jose, you're adding those as the sources then?
Yes.
Oh, it's
yeah.
individual notebooks.
So,
Okay.
well, I'll have a notebook and I'll put in like the trainings on digital literacy. All of those trainings. So you want to keep it, you could add them all, but then it's going to happen like the pricing. So you're going to have like other random pieces of information that will show up there that might not be what you're looking for.
Like the ads?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Not ads. Like, I'll do digital literacy, and that's one notebook on digital literacy. If there is language development, then I have a separate notebook on language development. There might be some cross, but between the tools, but you always, I kind of keep, for my sanity, I guess, but notebook helps me keep that in check, so.
Got it. Okay.
When you go to your Waffle and you go down to your Zebra, you can see whether it has, now it will have two notebooks in there. Zebra? Well, that's what I call the notebook. It looks like a zebra.
Oh, it looks like.
So if you click on that,
Uh-huh.
it should open up your dashboard for your,
A zebra, that's cute.
For your different note.
but see, now you have your notebooks in there.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. Super. Okay. Another slam for Notebook LM. Notebook LM gets 2 slams. Yes. Microphone.
We are. Give the mic to.
Jose.
Sorry. I'm asking for us to share the link to the Padlet again, because I'm going in and putting in the very most basic information, like a link to the tools you guys are talking about and a little bit of what you say. But feel free to go in there and add to that. And other folks who maybe have used these tools, that's a place you can also add your own tips. So go to the Padlet.
There should be a slam for that too, because, you add your, yeah.
Here's the Padlet here. So as Nell was saying, yes, go to the Padlet, go all the way over to the right.
I've changed it now so they're columns.
Oh, okay. So now. Oh, just 2 columns. Oh, fantastic. Okay, a lot easier then. Yeah. Yeah, and you can see everything in the sticker column was generated using different AI tools. So if you want to take a look at those as well. I think actually folks put their. Yeah, actually, if you want to practice this at home at some point, so all the folks who made the stickers, like go into the tools that you're using to generate images and just copy and paste these prompts and see what your tool creates versus what was generated when the person used this prompt to generate this sticker, and sort of kind of reflect silently at home on that. And the question is, do we have a list of the AI that folks use to make the stickers? In general. Oh, in general?
Like Eduate,
I think they wrote it in their
Did
descriptions.
they?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I gave ChatGPT.
It might not always
plus,
have been the case, but
Let's see. I think this might have been the same one.
So for the
Copilot.
Yeah, I asked Copilot.
so for the stickers, people did put that in, but you're saying it more like a general, like in general teachers, what you're using. So the column, column on the right is where we're putting all the things you guys are talking about, but it's a place to go put anything you want. So
Anything
even
you
if you
want,
don't
yeah.
stand up to do your slam, you could put in those tools. I'm going to add a link to a Padlet I've made of all the tools I've been using, or all the stuff around AI, and I'm really happy to share and learn more from others too.
Yeah. Padlet of Padlets, yes. The suggestion is that we should all become AI ambassadors. Tammy, do you want to explain what extra work you're asking us to do now?
It's a reframing of mind because we're not doing extra work. It's what we're already doing.
Right.
But we're putting out there responsibly the use of AI and how we use it. You know, when we use our disclaimer, like this was generated by AI, but it was reviewed by the author, that type thing. I think we should be AI ambassadors, meaning we are using AI responsibly. We're setting the example and the model for those who are in our classes and those who are in our staff and things like that. So I think we are setting the standard for AI. So we should be AI ambassadors. Not extra work, just doing what we're already doing, but I think it should be AI ambassadors.
Okay, an acknowledgement of that, yeah. I don't know, well. Yeah, good idea. Okay, other tools, topics that folks want to share? Again, online folks, you're also welcome to share as well. How about, does anyone want to self-promote?
well, I'll do something I learned.
Okay, Jeff, yes?
I'll hop on the AI train. All right, so I went to a session this week, and it was on Google Tools, which I am very, very much versed in, and I love Google. And I learned about a tool called Vids. And so Vids is something, and so now I'm going to be poking around Nell's Drive. But there it is. I just shared this with you, so hopefully I'm going to just open it so that it is there. Oh, that's not it. Oh, not recent. Shared with me. Let's see. Perfect. I just shared this with her. So anyway, Vids is a tool from Google, and I'm going to go to our little waffle that I'd never seen or even heard of. You know, you got all these things in here that you're like, those are there, but I've never actually like explored it. So this is a Gen AI tool that allows you to create videos. And it's very interesting because we do lots of trainings on Gen AI. We wrote a course on, I'm going to plug myself. We wrote a course on teachers using AI, and like one of the intros is one of those really terrible AI explainer videos. Like it's where you can put in a script and then it's a dude that talks like this. Like he looks like the Chuck E. Cheese guy, like talking. It's just really not good, but it's like, great, we're using AI. As an example of some AI isn't great, but this one I thought was really cool, and it allows you to do all sorts of things, but which she demoed, which I've never done this, so I'm gonna do this right now, just converting slides. So here is a slide deck that I had presented on earlier this week. And what you can do is select slides that you want to put into and then have it do a video on it with narration. So it's just adding narration to it because sometimes people don't want to record, or I've recorded things before that are basically slides and I trip up and I stumble on words and then I have to re-record. And the one that she did, I don't think it had any notes in it, like in the speaker notes, but these do. I'll give that disclaimer. So knowing what's in here, I'm going to select the slides that I want to select. And this is about our digital skills framework. And then these slides that talk about, I don't know if I'm selecting, I want to clear. let me do that. See, I've never used this before. So I want these slides that are explaining our skills framework, and then I want to grab these slides that explain the difference between digital skills, digital literacy, and digital resilience. So I've grabbed 8 slides from this presentation, and I'm going to import it. And similar, this will take a second, but it adds narration and makes it into a video. And then it also has editable notes that allow you to basically update any of the script that is in that video and adapt it to be your own. So here we go. I have no idea what this is going to say. And hopefully I didn't put any weird notes in my thing, but here, let's see what we get. It's a 1 minute 33-second video, which is definitely shorter than I spent on these, and that's probably better. Brevity is not my strong suit. So here we go. Oh, is our sound not on? Oh, change the share. What's that? What? I could hear it, but it's not playing. I'm going to stop the share. Oh, wait, add optimize for share sound. Thank you. All right. Hopefully that works. All right.
Focuses on 75 skills across 10 domains. This framework is based on the digital skill sets for diverse users study and a comparison framework utilizing existing curricula and assessments. Foundational skills include gateway, mobile, device ownership, and privacy and security. These skills are essential for basic operations, routine maintenance, and safe online use of digital devices. Productivity skills involve communication, creation, and workplace and productivity. They focus on leveraging technology to perform, communicate, create, and share content in various contexts. Independent.
So you get the idea. It's picking up things from the slide, but it's also kind of condensing that and summarizing it in whatever way it wants to. So she showed the different things that you can do, and again, I've never touched this, but you can change the voice, you can change the music or get rid of the music. And again, I don't know where the script is. Nell, it sounds like you've used this, so. Okay, yeah. But you can go in and update any of it's got the actual script, and you can update that, and then it will just redo the audio. So an interesting tool for being able to create maybe some bite-sized, like little micro-learning bits of content for your learners that are self-guided. So I thought that was a really interesting thing that I learned this week. Or yeah. I mean, yeah, absolutely. There's all sorts of things you could do with it. Especially for people who don't want to record themselves and talk. So anyway, that's mine. Do they have Darth Vader's voice? What was that? Do they have Darth Vader's voice? Oh, that would be cool. I did do a session once where I had Barack Obama introduce me, and it was like very cool.
So on the AI and video, and also I love what you said about, we've been trying to come up with a way to, if you're using AI, we shouldn't be shy, right? I feel still people think they're cheating and they're kind of shy and quiet about using AI, and if you're using it, you should label it. And one of the tools that I just was playing with is something called HeyGen. Has anyone here used HeyGen? So HeyGen is a video creation tool where you put in a photo and you can put in a bit of writing, and I use just the free version, so it's like a 10-second video. But I put a picture of Charles Dickens in, and I put it in the first few lines of A Tale of Two Cities, and he does it. It's like so crazy. So the reason I think that's important to share with people, so first of all, it has a really nice watermark on it, so it's very obvious that it was created with AI. It shows how easy it would be to make a video that would fool you to thinking that someone is saying something to you. But as a teacher, what an amazing tool, right? So fast, I could go in there and make a video that talks to my student in their native language. I could, have an author who's long dead talk about the book that they've written. There's so many ways you could use it. But I also think, the other reason I think that's important to show, like I said, I think when you see how easy it is to create something so realistic, then you're maybe a little bit more likely to notice when you are sent a video or some kind of communication that immediately makes you freak out, and you're like, wait a second, this could be AI. What are some things I can do to know if it is or not, or what should I be doing right now with that thing? So I did put the link in the Padlet, so I'm going to see if I can pull it up. Again, the sound's probably going to be a little bit goofy, but it's so crazy. And that one, you can choose voices. I don't think they have Darth Vader, but they do have, I feel like the guy I have speaking is an actor that we've heard before, but we'll see if it comes up.
It was the best of times, it was the worst of times, it was the age of wisdom, it was the age of foolishness, it was the epoch of belief, it was the epoch of incredulity, it was the season of light, it was the season of darkness, it was the spring of hope, it was the winter of despair. We had everything before us. We had nothing before us. We were all going direct to heaven. We were all going direct the other way.
But so there's silliness and goofiness, and I'm not saying we should do lots and lots of this, but I am saying there is a value in teaching where I think this could really be rich, but at the very least to just show folks how easy it is to create something that would be easy to make you think it was real.
We do a lot of debates in our classroom because they're getting ready for a high-set argumentative essay. And I had my students do a Hey Gen video against each team using the artist or whoever they were talking about. And it was just hysterical because ended up one being a rap and one was like classical or something. And I let them have total control over it, but it's taught them how quick and easy it was for AI to enter into their life.
Okay, lots of good stuff. All right, other tools that folks want to share about? Or tech topics you want to talk about? You want to come up? Yeah, come on up. Give it a tap.
Okay, hi, I'm Tara. I'm from LE. And one thing I learned about on Monday was just about the ELPs, which you don't think of as something that maybe we'd be talking about here. But as a publisher, I learned some really useful information about the ELPs. And I'm planning on going home and adding the ELPs to our LE Dilemmas, which, like you said, are about debates, and the LE Dilemmas are free on LE. It's an interactive mobile activity that you can do with your students, and I'm going to be adding the ELPs to it because it was a really great session about just coming up with one word that could define each of the ELPs, and I just found it really easy to understand that way. It's something that we have been adding to our lesson sections, but we haven't done to any of our tech. And the LE Dilemmas, we've actually been experimenting with AI to build these, and also it's the only photos that we've used AI for. And our in-house illustrators are kind of against AI, especially from the beginning. They really don't like playing with it, but we've kind of forced them into doing it for our free content, just to play around as a publishing team. So if you ever try our LE Dilemmas, you can look at the photos, and you probably will notice a big difference between our in-house content versus the ones that we're using with AI, but it is a way for the publishing team to kind of, stay relevant and play with it in a safe way. So yeah, that's something that I learned here, and I'm excited to go home and implement it with my team. So thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Tara. Anything else folks want to share? Yes.
So I have a question for you all. I serve a very rural area, some areas where they don't even have internet services yet, even at their homes. Phones are like what they consider their devices. There are some programs starting in the library for checking out laptops, Chromebooks, but do you guys have any other suggestions for helping students get accessible internet and technology to them where they can do it at home? Do you have any ideas? Because I'm going down every rabbit hole I can.
not to plug someone, but they were here today. IT Human, they are really good about helping. I met the CEO at a conference that I had to go to for Comcast, because Comcast funds our digital program, and that's it. Human IT was what they've been able to offer to students I had before upgrade, push it again with my new students, was amazing. I mean, like, I think one person paid like $80 because of their income for them to get them a laptop.
How do they get access to the internet if they're at home?
Oh, they got a hotspot, which was weird, but yeah, they were able, excuse me, I'm losing my voice. They were able to get a hotspot. In Fort Wayne, our library actually loans hotspots.
Yeah, there's a
And-
number of libraries that do that.
Yeah, and that was another way they were able to do it. Also, once they got the technology, okay, I hate telling people this, but they would go to McDonald's, free Wi-Fi.
Well, no, I tell them all to go
Yeah.
there, but they have their phone. They don't have devices.
Right.
Big difference between doing something on here and doing something on here.
And there's various models for how like device lending and hotspot lending programs will go. We're working with one library right now where if they are enrolled in the training, like people can take them out for like a month, and it's like a career training program they're doing. But if people just want a device, it's like a week limit. So the duration of the lending is based on if they're using it for something specifically tied to education. So yeah.
So I'll also talk about this device called the Rachel. So there's an organization called World Possible. So they actually work all around the world. But the idea with the Rachel device is really for those communities that are where even the connectivity is a challenge, right? Not necessarily the devices. So basically a Rachel device is sort of a local hotspot. It allows for, I think the latest version of the Rachel allows for up to 50 folks to connect to the Rachel at the same time. And then the Rachel has its own content. So basically a lot of OERs, online educational resources. I'm trying to see if they have a link to that. Content library, I think this is it. Yeah. So basically, when you purchase a Rachel device, it's a one-time purchase of, I think, $500 per device. But it comes with all this preloaded content, so the OERs. And then you are also able to add your own content as well. And then students or learners who come and connect. So basically, they're using a phone or tablet or laptop to connect directly to the Rachel. They can download any content that they would like off of the Rachel and then take it offline to go use in their home. You can also set it up so that if you want, you could actually load like activities and assignments onto the Rachel. So again, folks could work on those activities and assignments on their own and then come back to wherever the Rachel device is and then basically upload that content into the Rachel. So you can use the Rachel to facilitate content moving back and forth between the teacher and the student, right? And this is very helpful in locations where connectivity is an issue. It's also used in correctional settings as well, because there are a lot of issues that, a lot of connectivity issues within correctional centers. But Rachels can also be used there as well. So,
What is the format?
it's literally, let me see if we can. No, it's literally a device. Let me see here if they actually have a picture of it. Oh, well, you can kind of see in this picture here. So the white object here in the middle of the photo is the Rachel device. And so folks just need to be within a certain range of the device to connect. And basically they're only connected to that device at that time. If they walk 200 feet away from the device, they're not connected anymore. Yeah. And again, you have the preloaded content with and also whatever else you want to add to it too. And also too, one nice thing is they've also loaded a couple of instructional resources onto the Rachel so that it actually teaches you how to use the Rachel to teach in this very kind of unique setting. So it's also helpful that way as well. So, and I think Nell, you had an idea as well.
Well, I put these ones all into the tablet.
Okay.
Everyone on is another one to check out.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if your mic's on, by the way.
Now it is.
So we do fall under the connectivity grants that they've been pushing for the past couple of years. It's just such a rural area, like it's swamp and trees and alligators, and like that's where my students live. Even their cell phones don't work where they live. So I'm trying to enhance that a little bit more for them. Just looking for other options and ideas. Now, when they come into town, basically, they go to the little coffee shop or the grocery store for the free Wi-Fi. But one is getting them the device, and two, getting them connectivity at home. So, because if you don't use it, you lose it. And if they're at home and they're not able to access certain things, you know, I make packets still in this day and age. I make packets for remote learning for these students.
Okay, so again, just to recap, so we talked about human IT. Nell said she added all these to the Padlet. Human IT. We talked about the Rachel device at World Possible. We talked about Everyone On. And then also our colleagues over at the National Digital Inclusion Alliance. They actually have lots and lots of resources on their website. They're a good one to kind of stay in touch with and follow. So, okay. We got about 10 minutes or so left here.
Yes, I'm ready.
You want to come up?
Can I speak from here?
Sure. Why not?
I don't know if your mic's on.
It should be on. Yeah.
Yeah, my name is Edmond. I'm from Alaska.
Ah.
Yeah, we have a program that it's Alaska Literacy Program is where we are working. We are saving most of our community that we are saving. It's immigrant and refugee. When we saw this subject like today, adult education, technology, and community, we said, no, we need to attend the session to see how we can improve the way of helping also our community members. Yeah, the program that we have for ESL and the other program like PILIDA Navigator, or also we have digital literacy class with our adults. Yeah, we see that there's more way of helping them that they can use by themselves to communicate with the instructor, to communicate with the friends, or on doing their own business, which way they can use. This really helps us to see how we can share it with them today. Yeah.
Okay. And you, sorry, Alaska Literacy? Program, yeah. Alaska Literacy. Do you have a website? Alaska Literacy, literacy program.org. Let's see if I spelled that correctly. There we go. Yes. Oh, nice. If you have a few extra dollars as well, feel free to donate them to the Alaska Literacy program. All right. And are you in Anchorage? Or are you all over Alaska? Okay. In 2 places. Okay. I went to, I think it was COABE last year or some conference last year. It was a program, it was really cool. Like it was a program in Alaska. They were working out in by Nome, I think. And the Nome is right on the water, right? And then there are islands off the coast, right? Yeah. And they were working, so their program was basically between Nome and the islands. And so they had this whole Starlink set up, for example, and they were, they fly from Nome out to the islands to basically deliver adult education programs. It was very, very interesting. So, yeah, for those of you maybe in other rural, remote communities, we might look to our colleagues in Alaska, see what they're up to, and maybe get some ideas from them as well. So, all right, SLAM. Okay. Anyone else?
And I want to say I'm adding a column to our Padlet, and I'm going to add the Alaska folks in there. But if any of you want to go in and just tell us a little bit about your organization or where you're located or your link to your donate site or whatever, feel free to do that. So it's the third column over in the Padlet.
Yeah, there are a lot of, I think I've heard about like folks who are working on things back at their agency or within their state or region or whatever that are like these little hidden gems. Like I wish we could learn more about, like, somehow get more information about some of the things that folks are working on within their states or within their communities. So if that's you, please add those resources to the Padlet. We would love to learn more about what you're working on in your state and maybe get in touch with you as well. Okay, like I say, we have a couple. Oh, sorry, no.
All I was going to say is if you could share on the slides, I did add a slide. So we do have a Google group, if you're interested in joining and you haven't already. And that way we can communicate about things like this. So we're interested in having. Not this one. Yeah, it must be further over. Anyway, we do a webinar usually right before COABE, but I think it's if you scroll down, I just changed the slide a little bit. Okay. So the way to find us, we're having some snafu with our Google group, but the way to find us is to go to Google Groups, and then you search for adult digital literacy and ed tech, and you ask to join, and we'll add you. And what we use this mailing list to do is to let you know about things like this. If you're interested in things, you can send out a message. If you have questions or you want to find people in your neighborhood, maybe there are other people near you that you don't even know. Those are all things to use this for. And again, it sounds like it would be interesting just even to talk about, like, how do we find resources or whatever. So we could even have a webinar on that. So yeah, just share out ideas that you would like to see us bring us all together for.
Yeah. Actually, Tammy, to your question earlier, so back at OTAN, so we're in California, so we are starting to, this is something we did during the pandemic and we kind of lost it, but we want to go back to it, is basically sort of building this resource list of low cost, no cost devices and also plans as well. So we're looking just kind of within California, but also other places where folks might be able to take advantage of some of those programs. So when we have that up and running on the OTAN website, we can definitely add that kind of information to this Google group, for example. So we can share that with folks. Oh, for the questions about finding the Google.
Can you just add the direct link to the Padlet?
So
technology.
We had Google Groups are really making me crazy. So we had the direct link, and then people, when it got there, it would say you couldn't do it, and that, I thought this was the workaround. Let's try demonstrating it live and see if I can figure out what's going on.
Click on the link here. Let me. So you're also logged in too. So.
Oh, I am, so that's not going to help us. We're going to think that we can see it. But it is definitely adult digital literacy and ed tech. All right, I'm going to try and do this. How's this for fancy? I don't know what it's going to do, if it's going to work.
Yeah, I don't know how to share.
So you can try scanning that QR code and see if it works, but I think you're going to get the same message. I'm not sure. So you can always send me. I'll put my email address in the Padlet, or I'll put it up here too. You can send me your Gmail or whatever Google account you want to have added. I can add you that way. The reason we moved to this way of doing it was that, the reason we went to this way of doing it was that I was getting a lot of email addresses that we can't just add to. You can only use Google these days. That worked? The QR code worked, or you just were able to find it by searching? You're so good. All right. So I did try sharing the link earlier, and other people told me that didn't work. So there are lots of different ways to try. At the very least, so I'm going to put this on our slide as well. And then I'm also going to put my email address there.
I approve, Tammy.
All right, so those are all different ways you can join our Google group. So if nothing else works, email me. I guess that's not even in the slide really, but we don't need this crazy thing.
There's this Anthony Burrick, whose invitation status is pending. I don't know if we should let him in.
God, Jeff, guilty as charged.
Yeah, I'm gonna resend it. Yeah, so there we go.
Yeah, it's right. Yeah. So we do, yeah, we have a Google domain at where I work, but it's very restricted, or it's restricted in places. It's restricted in all the wrong places, basically. So, yeah, that would be, because I don't even know, I didn't even know that my status was pending, right? I just sent off the invitation, or sent off the request, and it's just been floating in the ether.
The pending ones are usually ones we tried adding that
Yeah.
we couldn't add because they aren't Gmail, and that means Google sends you a message, but like, who knows where that goes? I don't even know, and that's really why we're changing it to you get to add yourself. But then
Okay.
they made it hard to do that too.
Got it, yeah. Okay.
We still have more stickers. If people didn't get stickers, come to me. I'll give you stickers.
But we're at time.
Yeah, we are at time. So thanks everyone for
Thank you so much.
Thanks,
for
everyone.
participating today. Hopefully you got
Nice
something out
job.
of it. Again, make sure you take a look at the Padlet after today for the resources that are listed. But otherwise, have a great rest of your conference, and we will see you online.
Bye.
Bye-bye.